It is time for another unboxing. Today we got the Retropia lens. This is kind of like a effects lens meant to fit my Sony camera. Now, these lenses have been going viral. As you can see, it looks like an Oreo cookie. And what makes this special is it definitely has a retro look to it. And you know, if you're not into color grading and editing and you want it to just to be looking good straight out of the box, this will be a great lens to have. And I'm gonna go on and test it out. And I recently purchased this. We'll see if I keep it or not, because I do have other filters that I use, and if it's equivalent to the other ones, then I will return it. But for trial purposes, we're gonna go see how this looks. Okay, upon opening the box, you get this QR code looking thing right here. We welcome you to Retropia family. They're really doing a wonderful job in social media with this thing, and that's how I came across this product. Okay, opens the lens. It's plastic built, and I'm assuming a lot of the effects will be on that lens itself. It's like a pinhole, and this is the back of it. Not much to it, and this should be the back covering, and then you can put it on your current lens to protect the lens that you're going to swap it out with. So yeah, it looks like an Oreo cookie. So let's go on and swap it out with my Sony camera and the lens. Okay, I'm trying to mount this lens, and it's an E-mount, and it doesn't seem to fit. I might need to put it with my FX3 to see if that fits, but it's not properly clicking. Okay, even though it's loose, I'm still able to take some pictures, minus the glare, if you guys can kind of tolerate the glare. Yeah, it does have a retro feel to it. I'm just concerned that the lens is not properly locked in. So yeah, I'm gonna have to try it with my full frame lens, see if that's the better fit for it. But aside from that, you can see the quality of it. It's starting to look like it has a vintage feel to it. Okay, I managed to figure out the issue with this lens. You have to just keep rotating it until it's snug in there. It doesn't click completely, it just slightly just snugs in there. So now it's a little bit more stable as far as like the lens being mounted in there, but you just gotta still be careful because it still can come out. So I'm gonna take this guy out in the field and take some pictures in the wild and see what kind of retro stuff we can capture.
I've spent some time shooting with this lens, and I want to share some real-world thoughts about the pros, the cons, and when it actually works well. One of the first things I noticed about the Retropia lens is its size and portability. It's small, it's lightweight, and because of that, it's really easy to just throw into your camera bag as an extra creative tool without taking up much space. It's not the kind of lens you necessarily use for every shoot, but it's something nice to have when you want a different visual mood. What this lens is trying to do is create a retro or nostalgic look in camera. From my experience, that effect becomes much more noticeable when strong light is involved. For example, direct sunlight hitting the lens golden hour backlighting, bright scenes like cherry blossom trees with sun illuminating the petals. When the light hits just right, the images can have this dreamy, vintage, slightly washed look that actually feels very cinematic. But here's the important part. It can also be hit or miss. Sometimes the effect works beautifully, and other times it just looks a little flat or unpredictable. So it definitely takes some practice and experimentation to learn when this lens really shines. Another thing I discovered while testing this lens is that how you capture the image matters a lot. If you rely purely on the colors baked directly into the image, the result can sometimes feel limited. However, if you shoot raw, you have much more flexibility. You can color grade in post, push the vintage look further, add film, style tones, adjust contrast and highlights. In my experience, raw plus color grading gives much better results than relying entirely on the baked in look from the lens. Pros of the Retropia lens. Here are some things I really like about it. 1. Unique character creates a look that feels different from modern ultra sharp lenses. 2. Great for creative projects, perfect for experimental photography, lifestyle shoots, or artistic moments. 3. Small and portable, it's compact and easy to carry as a secondary lens. 4. Interesting results out of the box. Sometimes you'll capture a frame that just has this perfect nostalgic mood. Cons of the Retropia lens. Now let's talk about the downsides. Inconsistent results. The retro effect can be hit or miss depending on lighting. 2. Learning curve. You have to spend some time understanding what scenes work best. 3. Not ideal for every situation. If you need predictable, clean, sharp images, this may not be the right lens. Who this lens is for? I think this lens is best suited for photographers who enjoy creative experimentation, people who like film-inspired looks, shooters who want a different visual texture in their images. It's not meant to replace your main lens. It's more like having a specialty brush in your photography toolkit. After spending some time with the Retropia lens, I've come to see it as a creative tool rather than a standard everyday lens. When the light hits just right, especially during golden hour or strong backlighting, the images can have a really beautiful, nostalgic mood. Because the results can vary, it takes some patience to learn how to use it effectively. For me personally, I'm keeping it. It's small, easy to carry. And when the images come out right, they have a very distinct feeling and atmosphere that you just don't get from typical modern lenses. And sometimes that unique look is exactly what you want.